$75,000. That is how much my business has made last month. And for context, it's not some flashy marketing agency, AI automation service, or any of those trendy businesses that you see all over your feed. In fact, it is actually a pretty simple business and boring business model where I am the middleman. Essentially, I buy products from brands and sell them to customers on Walmart Marketplace. That is the whole business. Now, the thing about boring businesses is that they don't go viral and pretty much nobody makes TikToks about them. But boring businesses do not go out of style either. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how my boring business works, why it works, and how you could do the same thing even if you started from zero. So let me break down to you what I actually do. I sell products on the Walmart Marketplace. Think of it like Amazon FBA, but for Walmart. Walmart has their own fulfillment service called WFS, where they store your products, ship them out, and they even handle the customer service aspect of all of it. You just send them the inventory and they do the rest. Now, most people have no idea that this even exists. They think Walmart is just a physical store, but in reality, Walmart Marketplace has over 120 million monthly visitors. And the crazy part is that most sellers are completely ignoring it because everyone is so focused on Amazon. And the only reason why I could say this is because I have done both and I do sell on both platforms. My Amazon store has done over $1 million in lifetime sales. And my Walmart store, on the other hand, has done over $500,000 in lifetime sales. So I could tell you from experience that the opportunity on Walmart right now is way too underrated. And if you want to cash out on that opportunity, that is what I'm about to tell you. But before you collect the cash, you need to understand how the actual model works. And this isn't going to take long because the business model is super simple. I find products that are already selling. I buy them from brands, distributors, wholesalers at a lower price. And then I sell them on the Walmart Marketplace at retail price for a markup. So I am not creating my own products, building a brand from scratch, or trying to go viral on social media just to get sales. All I do is connect products that already exist with customers that already want them. That is the middleman model. And trust me, I know what you might be thinking. That sounds too simple. Where is the catch? And you are right, because the catch is most people do not have the patience for it. They want something exciting that gives them a dopamine hit, or they want to be the next Mark Zuckerberg, for example. But this business model does not give you that. What it gives you instead is consistent income that does not depend on trends, algorithms, or client work. Now, let me explain why boring businesses like this one are actually better than the flashy ones everyone else chases. And this is the part that changed everything for me once I actually understood it. The first reason is that demand is already proven. I'm not guessing if people want these products. They are simply already buying them. I can look at the data and see how many units are selling per month before I buy a single thing so that I make the right decision. It's simply just math at the end of the day. Now, the second reason is going to be competition. Everyone is chasing the shiny objects. And fair enough, because models like AI agencies, automation services, or whatever the newest trends is are way more exciting. And so those spaces get saturated extremely fast. While selling on Walmart, on the other hand, follows a completely different game. Because funny enough, most people actually think that it is boring, and they also don't even know that it's possible to sell on this platform. And that means less competition for people like us who actually put in the work. Now, the third reason is going to be stability. And this is the one that people overlook. Trendy businesses literally come and go. Remember when everybody started an Amazon FBA business in 2020? Or when everyone was doing social media marketing agencies in 2021? Or crypto in 2022? Those waves hit hard and then the market gets flooded and margins just literally collapse. But people buying grocery items on Walmart isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Because people need stuff, they're going to keep buying stuff. And as long as that is true, this business model will always work. Now, you might be wondering why I'm so focused on Walmart instead of Amazon, and trust me, I sell on both marketplaces. But Walmart right now has some serious advantages that most people are sleeping on right now. And once I explain these, you will understand why I think this is one of the best opportunities in e-commerce in 2026. The first advantage is going to be the fee structure. Walmart fees are lower than Amazon fees. And when you're moving volume, that difference adds up very fast. We are talking thousands of extra dollars in profit every single month, selling the same products to the same customers just because you chose a different platform. The second advantage is going to be the restrictions. On Amazon, brands and categories are getting restricted left and right. You might buy inventory for a product and then find out you can't even sell it because Amazon just decided to gate or restrict the brand. Trust me, I have seen people get stuck with thousands of dollars in inventory that they simply cannot move. On Walmart, there are way less restrictions right now. It is more of an open marketplace. And that means more products that you could actually sell without having to jump through hoops. Now, the third advantage is going to be the shipping process. Walmart fulfillment services is actually a lot easier than Amazon FBA in a lot of ways. For instance, you could send everything in one box and they handle the sorting for you. Amazon is charging all these inbound placement fees and making you split shipments into different warehouses. It is becoming the biggest headache right now. Now, will Walmart eventually catch up to Amazon in terms of complexity and restrictions? I have no idea. I don't know. But right now, we are in a window where the opportunity is wide open. And just like if you had gotten into Bitcoin in 2010, you'd now be rich. The people who get into Walmart now are the ones who are going to benefit the most when the window starts to close, just like any other market. Now, here's the part that I think matters most for a lot of you watching, because this is where most people mess up. You see, I did not quit my job just to build this. I did not have some big runway of savings and did not take some huge risk and just hope it all worked out. I built this entire business while working a corporate sales job full time. And I did not leave that job until my business was already replacing my income. That is the thing that makes this business model different than most of the other ones that you do see online. It does not require you to go all in from day one right away. You could start small first, learn the systems, build up your capital and your skills over time, just like how I did it. I started by learning what products to look for, what margins made sense, how to evaluate velocity and competition, and how to find suppliers and negotiate pricing, which is huge. And all of that stuff I learned while I still had a paycheck consistently coming in. And then over time, the results just started to compound. I got better at finding products, I became more confident, I built relationships with brands and became an authorized reseller for over 5 of them. And I developed systems that made the whole process faster and more consistent. Eventually, I looked at my e-commerce income and realized it was more than my salary. So I made the jump. But that is the part that most people get wrong. They make a few $1,000s online and then immediately just quit their job. Then they have no safety net, their expenses do not change. They start making emotional decisions because they are stressed out about money. Please do not do that. Build your income first. Then make the transition when the numbers actually make sense. Now, at this point, you understand why boring businesses actually work and how they make more money even though nobody actually talks about them. So the question is, are you willing to give up the dopamine hit of chasing trends and building flashy stuff for something that actually pays you consistently? Because if you are, there are 4 things that matter if you want to make this work for yourself, even if you have 0 experience right now. The first component is going to be product research. You need to know how to find products that have demand, have margins, and that do not have too much competition. This is where most people mess up. They just buy random stuff and hope that it sells. So instead of gambling, you need to look at the data and make decisions based on numbers, not feelings. How many units is this product selling per month? What are the fees? What is my actual profit after everything? How many other sellers are on this listing? When you learn how to answer these questions, you stop guessing and you start making informed decisions. And that is when things start to click and when you can transition into the second component, which is going to be systems. When I started, I was doing everything manually. Finding products, creating listings, managing inventory, handling repricing. Looking back at it, that was a lot. But over time, I built systems and processes that made everything more efficient. Now I can manage my time way better because I'm not reinventing the wheel every single day. And something most people don't understand are the sellers who scale are the ones who built the best systems and not necessarily the ones that are working the hardest. Because systems are what allow you to grow without burning out. And if you want access to the exact systems I use to find products without burning out, we have a few slots open this month inside of our coaching program, where we take you from 0 to a profitable Walmart business in 90 days or less. Link is in the description to see if there are any spots left. Now, the third component is patience. And as cliche as it sounds, it is the truth. Because Walmart is not a get-rich-quick thing. I have been doing this for over 4 years. And the results that I have now did not happen in the first month or two. They happened because I kept showing up when things were slow, because I treated this like a real business instead of some lottery ticket. The people who win at this are the ones that stay consistent when they do not see immediate results. And the fourth component is going to be capital management. Now, a lot of people think they could just get away and skip this one, but that is not how it works, sadly. You must understand cash flow. When your money is tied up in inventory, you cannot just spend your profits on random stuff. You need to reinvest, restock winning products, and keep the flywheel spinning. And I see this one a lot when the people who make their first few thousand in profit go buy something stupid. And they end up stuck 6 months later wondering why their business is not growing. So protect your capital and learn to reinvest in what is working, because that is how you're going to scale. Now, if you want to see exactly what this looks like with real numbers, real products, and the exact steps to get your first store profitable, I break all of that down in a free training. I am talking about how to find products that actually have margins, how to avoid the mistakes that get people stuck, and how to build this thing while you still have a job so you are not stressing out about money the whole entire time. It is the same stuff I wish I had when I started instead of figuring it out the hard way for 4 years. So if you want to watch that, I'll leave it on the screen right now. Go watch it and I will see you there.